Hello, I'm Mr. Macubella, the Chief Operating Officer here at the Howard University Middle School of Mathematics and Science. As you already know, technology is a huge part of our academic program. The unique way in which we use instructional technology has gotten us much national acclaim and resulted in great success. Having a computer and access to the internet in your home will increase your child's learning potential exponentially. However, with that same limitless learning through increased exposure comes just that. Increased exposure. Exposure to everything that has ever happened in the history of the world, oftentimes right in living color. What I need to talk to you about right now are some of the dangers that lurk out there on the web, particularly for young people in the exact same age group as your child. While we only provide computers here for home use, please note that this same dangerous activity can also be done on a cell phone, PDA, even a handheld game system. So take a minute and watch some of these real-life examples of that which is currently going on across our country.
Step further, whether it's sending hateful, threatening, or embarrassing messages known as cyberbullying.
I think it's pretty bad because people argue over Facebook and then come to school and try to fight.
And then there's sexting, sending sexually explicit messages and pictures.
It is a problem that's going on here in Alamance County.
The Alamance County District Attorney has already prosecuted several local cases this year. DA's office held a meeting in Burlington pointing to national statistics that show 1 in 5 teens is sexting, and many parents don't know it.
Young people are exposed to things that we, as more mature individuals, could never imagine.
I just want to get more information about what sexting is actually, how it's defined, what are the laws.
The law states that sending naked pictures of a minor is classified as child porn. Kids who forward or post those pictures to friends risk being charged with a felony and added to the state list of registered sex offenders.
Wow, I didn't know that, but I think that a lot of people aren't aware because their parents really aren't aware. And so they're not able to tell their kids about it.
That's why parents like Ramona Williams came to this meeting, so she can talk to her kids about the dangers of sexting and cyberbullying.
On either end, yeah. Okay. So because most parents think that their children can always be victims, but we want to prevent our children from being the actual bulliers or the actual people who are preying on other children.
A 14-year-old New Jersey girl has been accused of child pornography after posting nearly 30 explicit nude pictures of herself on MySpace.com. If convicted, those charges could force her to register as a sex offender. MySpace isn't commenting on the case, but investigators say a team with the company discovered the images and the sheriff's office was notified. Police say the girl posted the explicit photos of herself online because she wanted her boyfriend to see them. The teen, whose name has not been released because of her age, was arrested and charged with possession of child pornography and distribution of child pornography. She was released to her mother's custody. If convicted of the distribution charge, the teen could be forced to register as a sex offender. She could also face up to 17 years in jail. Investigators say the case should be a wake-up call to parents, but some are criticizing the prosecution of a teen who sent illicit photos of herself. The case comes as prosecutors nationwide pursue child pornography cases resulting from kids sending nude photos to one another over cell phones and email. Legal experts, though, could not recall another case of a child porn charge resulting from a teen's posting to a social networking site.
Well, 18-year-old Jessie Logan made one mistake that changed her entire life. She sent a naked photo of herself to her boyfriend in high school, and when the two broke up, he sent it to virtually everyone in school. That led to a barrage of name-calling, embarrassment, and downright torture by the other students of Jessie, and ultimately Jessie hanged herself in her bedroom. Now her death has called new attention to a growing trend known as sexting. And I'm joined now by Jessie's mother, Cynthia Logan. Cynthia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. You caught our attention with the outcry over your daughter's death, and we extend nothing but our heartfelt condolences to you on her loss.
Thank you.
I know you have a message that you want to get out, and I want to start with that so people remember it. What is it?
I want children to realize that sending out or disseminating photos of themselves will follow them for the rest of their lives.
Your point is so good because a lot of parents have had children who have been cyberbullied or harassed by children on Facebook or MySpace or any of these online sites. This is different.
This has to do with cell phone technology, and it's texting and sexting.
Cynthia, did anybody come to Jessie's defense? I mean, I know that there was name calling by some of the cruel children in school.
Of course, she had very good friends that when she did go out to these parties that protected her, but things were thrown at her and name calling. I mean, she missed most of her fourth quarter because in her school, I mean, the picture was virtually everywhere she went. Any party she went to, and it was on every phone in school.
Looking back, were there warning signs that you now recognize that you could share with other parents?
The only signs that I have that I wish maybe I didn't realize, depression has different their faces differently. Some may tend to sleep a lot. My daughter was very agitated. She was angry. She would come home after a party and sort of be, snappy with me, or she'd be yelling, more aggressive sort of attitude than normal. She was always a very fun-loving, happy child. She told me the day that she hanged herself, that night, she told me she was getting ready to go out and meet with several of her friends, and they were just going to sit around and discuss this boy that they missed, and that she would be home the next, early afternoon. Please, mothers, go to wiredmoms.com and sign on to that. Please help this cause.
Let me be clear. The home computers provided to you by MS Squared are for school-related purposes only. Students are strictly prohibited from going to such social networking sites as Facebook, MySpace, TalkBox, and any others. Further, the use of this equipment to engage in any acts of cyberbullying is strictly banned. And of course, the use of these computers for anything illegal is also prohibited. And in the event that your child or anyone else in your household is found to be in violation of these rules, the computer will be immediately confiscated, and if necessary, the authorities will be contacted. I cannot stress to you enough how serious these issues are. You just saw for yourself a small example of what is currently happening around this country to kids the exact same age as your son or daughter who may have been doing some of the same things that your child is currently engaged in. And no matter how much we do as a school to safeguard your children from these dangers, the responsibility ultimately rests squarely on you as the parents and guardians. With that said, here are a few tips that all of our parents are required to follow. First, the laptop for your child is already configured with the parent or guardian being the administrator. Do not give your child administrative privileges. Second, contact your internet service provider and learn how to set up content filtering for your child's home internet use. Third, never allow your child to use their computer alone in a room without adults present. At the end of each night, you take the computer and safely store it away. Finally, have a real conversation with your child about their and their friends' internet use. Let them know about the dangers that lurk when they abuse this wonderful privilege. If you have any questions about any of these rules, keep in mind, this is the scary reality that we are protecting your child from.
They call it sexting. Teenagers using cell phones to send nude or semi-nude pictures to a girlfriend or boyfriend is not only disturbing, it could be illegal. A new study says 1 out of 5 teens has sent them, and almost a third have received these inappropriate images. In some states, it's considered child pornography, and it even sparked court cases in Wisconsin and Ohio. And if that isn't bad enough, these photos are often forwarded from friend to friend, and in some situations, the entire class. Parents may feel torn about checking out their teen's cell phone. There's certainly a debate to be had about privacy and trust, but the stakes are high when kids start cyber swapping photos. When they hit the internet, they are there to stay. And in the hands of a college admissions officer or future employer, They could even destroy a chance to fulfill a dream. And there is nothing sexy about that. That's a page from my notebook. I'm Katie Couric, CBS News.
Remember, when used properly, modern technology is a wonderful tool that can greatly enhance your child's education and overall life experience. But it is your responsibility as a parent or guardian to protect your child and make sure that they follow the rules and stay safe. Thank you for your time. And all of us here at MS Squared look forward to continuing to work with you and helping your child attain his or her ultimate success.